Hey, Katie.
Hello. I have a question regarding the medication. I was wondering, do you think there should be any moral limits to markets? Because as you probably know, for a medication like that, there is an inelastic demand, so people will need it. And not everyone does have health insurance, so.
But, as long as there's safety nets for people who don't have health insurance, I don't see a problem.
I mean, the thing is too, if they do have health insurance and they do choose your medication, you're contributing to U.S. debt, because if they're on Obamacare, then that's covered by the service. And
I don't think that's right.
what?
I don't think that's accurate.
Well, that is accurate. If people are
No,
using
no, no.
Obamacare,
Because the price,
then the
it's
insurance
not accurate.
company is being subsidized by the government.
No. Our drug is, we only sell to commercial insurance plans. We don't sell for profit to government. We sell for a penny to the government.
I mean, at the same time, do you still feel like that something as necessary as medication, there shouldn't be a cap on the prices, because you can still make a profit?
There isn't now. I mean, there isn't.
What?
There's no cap on medicine prices in the U.S.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm wondering why you feel that there doesn't need to be.
Probably the same reason why everyone else doesn't feel there needs to be. It made a cap on drug prices.
I mean, because our politicians are owned by lobbyists.
Like who?
Oh,
Politicians hate me.
Companies. They
I
pay
see.
politicians to make sure there isn't a cap.
I don't want to be insulting here, Katie, but how old are you?
18.
You really think you know how the world works, lobbyists and stuff like that?
I mean, I've done like extensive research, and I go to one of the top schools on the West Coast.
I've actually paid millions of dollars to meet presidents and stuff, right?
Well, I'm sure you did. The margins on your drugs are insane.
I don't think you have a very very good sense for how the world works with respect
I mean,
to
I
lobbyists.
probably don't, but I would feel uncomfortable knowing that people are possibly suffering because of what I've done.
But what if you knew that they weren't?
Do you know that for a fact, that people who can't afford
They know for a
medication?
fact less people are suffering because of me.
Do you really believe that?
I'm certain of it.
All right.
I'm also certain you're not an expert in pharmaceuticals, but that's another story.
All right. Well, on the advice of my counsel, I evoke my Fifth Amendment right.
I'm not asking you anything under oath, so it doesn't really apply.
Well, thank you for your time. I disagree with you, but I appreciate taking the time.
Surely.
Hey, what's up, man?
Sounds fun.
I just realized something. I have a quick question. If your drug was, if there was really substitutes and you raised it to that level, then why would people still buy your drug?
I caught you mid sentence.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, so if you have your drug and you raise the price to that level, and yet you say there are substitutes.
Who said there are substitutes?
You said there are substitutes.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so then if there aren't substitutes, then you jack the price of a drug that could help people.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what's the question?
The question is, you said before to me that if people don't have insurance, they can go to other routes, but
no, they can get it for free from the company.
How can you inform me on that a little bit?
Yeah, most of the drug we sell is for 1 penny or 0 pennies per pill. So a small minority of the drug we sell is sold for $750 a pill, which is where we make our money.
Okay, who do you decide to sell those $750 to?
Well, anyone who's on Medicaid gets, so anyone to pay $750. Pretty much everyone else gets it for nothing.
Okay, so you feel like that price discrimination is valid only if...
Why is it on? Wait, hold on. You're making a lot of, again, wrong assumptions. So why is it unnecessary in your mind?
Because weren't the margins already pretty high on the...
What do you know about? You know about the margins of the drug?
Margins of most drugs are the high.
Okay, but
manufacturing.
Are you amortizing the purchase cost?
I read a Wall Street Journal.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't get an MBA either, did you?
What?
You didn't get an MBA or anything, did you?
Well, I mean, you keep trying to invalidate my credentials to avoid the question.
Well, I'm trying to understand. Are you amortizing the purchase price or are you ignoring it?
The purchase price
of the product.
Of the product, yeah. I'm saying
we bought this drug for $55 million.
There was no reason to rise the price in the first place because the margins were already large enough to where you would make a profit.
So we bought the drug for $55 million. How many years of payback period is that if we don't raise the price?
Couldn't you tell me that?
No, you sound like you told me it's unnecessary to raise the price, and it sounds like you would then know. You think it's so unnecessary.
You wouldn't even need to raise the price to that level, I think, at the equilibrium point.
Okay, so I just want to understand. You're in college?
No.
Yes? No?
I just like you.
No? Okay, but you're trying to tell me that I've started $2 billion drug companies, and you want to tell me that I didn't need to raise the price? I'm just trying to understand, like, you don't have any of the numbers in front of you.
No, I don't, but I've read many articles from reputable sources that say you rose it to an unnecessary level.
Wait, but I don't understand. What do you mean unnecessary?
To the point where the profits are so high that...
Do you know how much money our company lost last year?
Well, yeah, people don't like you. And you there are substitute goods that cost less. If you lowered your prices, maybe someone would buy your product.
No, our company sells a lot of dairy.
Then how are you making losses?
It's called research.
Okay, if your company is operating at a loss, you need to adjust your prices so that you don't.
Higher. Well, we would have lower revenue if we lowered our prices.
Yes, but you're already operating at a loss. The demand would be higher if you lowered your prices.
No, the demand wouldn't be higher. Like I said,
demand would be higher, not demand.
Yeah. No, our demand is independent of price.
Well, yeah, and a drug that saves life, it's inelastic. Yeah.
Right. So I don't understand where you're coming from.
But if it's inelastic, but there are substitutes, the demand is no longer inelastic for the individual firm.
I don't understand. Do you have a question or what's your point?
First of all, you raise the price of a life-saving drug. Second, you say you're operating at losses, so that doesn't make sense. And if you say there are substitutes,
why not? Hold on. You make one point at a time. You're kind of racing around.
You raise the price of a life-saving drug.
Yeah. That's not a point. That's just a fact.
Okay. Yes. 2. You said that.
Okay, so we're back to 1.
Loss.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
That your company is operating at a loss. True.
Correct.
You said there are substitutes.
I did not say that. You said that.
Last time I was on, you did say that. You said that if people can't...
No.
All right, correct me then.
This is only FDA-approved drug for toxoplasmosis.
Okay. So maybe do you think if you lowered your prices, quantity demanded would increase your profit?
No. We have the same amount of demand no matter what.
Okay. So then what I don't understand is how you're losing money.
We spend a lot of money in research and development.
All right, that seems unnecessary if you bought the company and then you just raise the price. Oh, all right. The connection. Oh, are we done? Is that what you've decided? All right, are we done? Is that what you've decided?
No, I'm just waiting for a question.
Okay.
I can only help you if you have a question or a point or something like that.
All right, well, I mean, I've asked the question many times, and you keep avoiding it, so I think I've made my point.
I don't know what your question
My question was, if you've lost money on research and development and you're still losing money, if you lowered the prices, wouldn't quantity demand increase and your profit would therefore increase? But already said before, there are substitutes for people who can't afford it. This is what you said to me. I'm asking you.
No, getting confused. There's no substitute for our product. It's the only product of its kind. The price doesn't matter. The demand is consistent no matter what. There's no substitute for the product.
Well, I mean, that's just upsetting at that point, because if this is indeed a life-saving drug, which it is, then you've put a lot of people in a bad situation.
Like I said, I don't think you understand how healthcare in America
works. Not everyone has health insurance. You can get Obamacare.
Right. If you don't have health insurance, you can get our drug for free.
You're still saddling the cost to private insurance companies that could be spending their money on equipment.
What percentage of healthcare costs do you think this drug is? What percentage of healthcare costs do you think this drug is?
Probably not a lot, but I think if everyone followed the model you did, we would be in a bad situation.
What do you think it is?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying the precedent you're setting is dangerous.
Why? I mean, why do you think that this is possible for other drugs? It's not.
What?
Most other drugs have other mechanisms in place like generics or therapeutic alternatives that would stop this from happening. Furthermore, drugs are only a small percentage of healthcare expenditures.
Yeah, that's why substitute goods makes the firm's demand elastic. But for your drug, this is something that saves people's lives. And you're raising the price. How are you comfortable with this? Just answer me that without pivoting.
I mean, it's a business's right to charge whatever it wants for its product.
Yeah, but there should be a moral limit to markets. This is people's health, people's lives.
Okay. You should try to get that legislation passed.
Oh, come on.
Then I'll comply with the legislation.
Do you really think you need the government to tell you what you're doing is unethical?
It's not unethical. Nobody is being deprived of the product.
All right. Well, I've said everything I had to say. Thank you.